This is Radio Taiwan International.
Welcome to the news on Radio Taiwan International. I'm Tristan Hildebrand coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. We begin with a look at today's top stories for Tuesday, March 24th. United States politicians lead a bipartisan Senate resolution commemorating the 30th anniversary of Taiwan's first presidential election. President Lai Ching-te highlights Taiwan's increasing investments in Europe, and a United States bill supporting bilateral space cooperation could fast-track a partnership between the U.S. and Taiwan. But first, today's top story. United States politicians led a bipartisan Senate resolution commemorating the 30th anniversary of Taiwan's first presidential election this Monday, while also recommitting U.S. support toward Taiwan as established by the Taiwan Relations Act and the Six Assurances. 3 Senate Foreign Relations Committee members, Tammy Duckworth, John Curtis, and Tim Kaine, led the resolution co-sponsored by 8 other senators. Illinois Senator Duckworth called the anniversary historic for Taiwan, adding that the United States will continue to support Taiwan's prosperity and will oppose any kind of unilateral aggression from the PRC that would endanger a democratic friend or the health and stability of the global economy. Utah Senator Curtis said he lived in Taiwan during the martial law period and witnessed firsthand a society striving for greater freedom. He said, over the past 30 years, Taiwan's embrace of democratic elections has transformed it into one of the world's most vibrant, prosperous, and innovative societies. Foreign Minister Lin Jialong responded, saying he welcomes the politicians' renewed affirmation of Taiwan's democratic achievements and thanked the U.S. for its long-standing bipartisan support of Taiwan's democracy, freedom, and security. The Foreign Ministry stressed that the Treaty of Peace with Japan has superseded the Cairo Declaration and the Potsdam Declaration. The ministry said Taiwan's first direct presidential election took place in 1996, with central executive and legislative representatives being elected by the Taiwanese people since. They said this makes it the sole legitimate government effectively governing and representing Taiwan internationally. The ministry added that this established the status quo of equal existence and non-subordination between Taiwan and China. President Lai Ching-te highlighted Taiwan's increasing investments in Europe during the 2026 Capital Markets Forum on Tuesday, urging the European Union to sign a bilateral investment agreement. Lai said,
Europe is Taiwan's third largest trading partner and its largest source of foreign investment. Taiwan's investment in Europe over the past 4 years has exceeded the total amount of the previous 40 years. We hope the EU will support signing an investment protection agreement with Taiwan to avoid double taxation, as well as a bilateral economic and trade agreement to deepen our economic partnership.
Lai emphasized that Taiwan's critical role in global artificial intelligence and semiconductor supply chains requires strong financial backing. To achieve this, the government is developing an Asian innovation fundraising platform to inject capital into tech companies, which will help expand and upgrade the local capital market structure. Taiwan is also increasing its financial openness, evidenced by 51 financial institutions joining the Kaohsiung Asian Asset Management Center since last July. Furthermore, Lai pledged to enhance the next generation competitiveness by encouraging investment in 5 trusted industry sectors, including AI, biomedicine, and national defense, to build a diversified and resilient economy. Taiwan Space Agency Director General Wu Zongxin said a United States bill supporting bilateral space cooperation could fast-track a mutually beneficial and complementary partnership between the United States and Taiwan. The bill, passed by the U.S. House Committee earlier this year, includes provisions aimed at strengthening U.S.-Taiwan space collaboration. Wu noted that the U.S. leads in advanced space technologies, while Taiwan offers strong manufacturing capabilities, particularly in electronics and semiconductors. He said a combination of these strengths could help scale up production and accelerate the development of space infrastructure and applications. Wu used the Taiwan-based company Phison Electronics as an example, explaining that it has partnered with U.S. company on multiple projects, including NASA's Mars 2020 Perseverance rover mission. The company's equipment has been operating on Mars for multiple years since the beginning of the mission, which he says demonstrates Taiwan's strong electronics capabilities. There are growing opportunities for cooperation driven by shared security concerns in the Indo-Pacific, Wu said, including the need for resilient communications systems. He added that satellite technologies could play a crucial role in maintaining connectivity in emergency situations. The Director General said Taiwan aims to deepen engagement with American industries, position itself as a reliable partner in the global space supply chain, and expand both commercial and technological collaboration moving forward. Another person has felt the warmth of Taiwan, and not due to the weather.
An Australian man skateboarding across Taiwan was moved to tears by the island's hospitality, an emotional display that captured the attention of former President Tsai Ing-wen. Brendan Sutton has been documenting his journey online, recently posting a video of himself overwhelmed with gratitude outside of a local convenience store. "I'm not crying because I'm sad, it's just that people here are so nice," Brendan said. Throughout his tour, residents spontaneously approached him to offer water, food, money, and encouragement. He noted that this unwavering local support helped him overcome personal low points and regain his confidence to push forward. The heartfelt post quickly went viral, prompting a surprise response from Tsai. She welcomed Sutton to the island, commenting in English that he would experience the true sincerity and warmth of its people. Sutton was thrilled by the high-profile interaction, noting the immense respect the public holds for the former leader. Sutton's ambitious adventure across the island stems from a severe health crisis in 2020. During his recovery, he promised himself that if he survived and regained his health, he would embark on a crazy, fun journey to celebrate his second chance at life. Phil Laskowski for RTI News.
Taiwan's booming artificial intelligence and semiconductor industries will drive new power demand beyond 5 gigawatts by 2030, though the government guarantees a stable energy supply through at least 2034. Economic Vice Minister Lai Jianxin outlined the country's power grid strategy during a forum on Tuesday. With 36 data centers and the world's 9th largest supercomputing capacity, Taiwan's annual power demand growth between 2026 and 2035 is projected to double that of the previous decade. Despite this surge, economic officials and state-run Taipower routinely assess future energy needs to ensure that power plant development outpaces commercial consumption. The vice minister said,
"Only with a stable power supply can our society remain stable. We have substantial demand growth expected through 2032. I want to tell everyone here that even though AI demand will be around 5 gigawatts by 2034, our net power supply capacity will actually increase by 12.2 gigawatts. This is based on the schedule of all of our power unit renewal plans currently underway."
To support this growth sustainably, Taiwan continues to aggressively expand its green energy footprint. The EU finds China using AI to mass-produce disinformation, obscure state origins, and silence critics globally.
The European Union is sounding the alarm over China's growing use of artificial intelligence to spread state-backed disinformation at a scale and speed previously unseen. The EU's European External Action Service released its 4th annual report on foreign information manipulation and interference, known as FIMI. Central to China's expanding disinformation toolkit is artificial intelligence. The report finds AI is being used to mass-produce content, obscure its origins, and strip away visible ties to the Chinese state, making messaging appear more credible and independent than it actually is. One operation called Spamouflage deploys AI-generated deepfake videos to smear dissidents and silence opposition voices. Networks of fake accounts simultaneously flood platforms with AI-generated cartoons, manufacturing the illusion that pro-Beijing views are widely and organically shared. Despite efforts at concealment, it is still possible to distinguish AI-generated content from its organic counterparts, including prompts accidentally visible on websites and articles published simultaneously with their Chinese state media sources. Joey Chow for RTI News.
Thank you for joining me for the news. I'm Tristan Hildebrand. Stay tuned for another 50 minutes of English language features brought to you by Radio Taiwan International.